is Valley News Live at 4.
Through the worst of the snow behind me, here's a look at current road conditions. The big question now, though, what's next? Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joins us with that answer. Hutch?
Stacy, thanks so much. Yes, the storm system has worked its way through Fargo, dodging a blow. Most of the heavy snow to the west. It wasn't really as heavy or as windy as I anticipated either. So the cleanup can continue. We do have some rough road conditions, but there are no closures out there, and most of the impacts were felt from the Minot area in through the Stutzman County area where you see the purple roads there, and that continues into our evening all the way down south on I-29. Check out some of these snowfall reports today. Velva, 1 foot of snow. Minot, 11 inches of snow. Now once you get down near the Jamestown area, we had 5.5 in Jamestown. Cleveland to your west, 7 inches of snow there. Take a look at a few more around the area. Fargo picking up 3.1. We did get some reports a little higher than that out to the west. Cullum with 3 inches. Wheaton with 2.6 inches, and Fergus Falls 1.5 inches of snow. That's where the snow is heading its heaviest, way down to the south. Now we turn our attention, Stacy, to a wind chill advisory for our northern counties as some cold takes hold, and the wind chills will get a little nasty as the winter storm conditions and warnings do continue for our South Dakota counties. Tonight in the FM area, you can see that our temperatures will be falling pretty dramatically. We stay cloudy for a while, but we will notice some clearing as we'll be below zero. Wind chills are going to be in the 10 to 25 below category overnight. Hour by hour forecasts as we look ahead towards your weekend ahead here in just a couple of moments.
And good weekend to bundle up. Thanks, Hutch. Make sure you have that Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and you can download it for free. Along 25th Street South and 18th Street South, one of the drivers involved was cited with a red light violation. There were minor injuries, but everyone is expected to be okay. Traffic trouble this afternoon on I-94. Now, we're not clear exactly what happened here, but you can see this semi ended up facing west in the eastbound lanes of 94, blocking the interstate. That happened at the Main Avenue exit 343 just after 1 this afternoon. Many of today's travel warnings have been dropped at this hour. The North Dakota Department of Transportation is listing most roads in the Southern Valley as snow covered, but going north toward Grand Forks, the roads are more clear. A map of travel conditions has been linked to this story for you on valleynewslive.com. Today was the funeral for 7 members of a Moorhead family who died of carbon monoxide poisoning last month. More than 150 people gathered at Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd in South Moorhead to honor the Hernando Pinto family. 5 of the 7 family members are being buried in Moorhead, while 2 others are being transported back to their home country of Honduras to be laid to rest. We'll bring you much more from that funeral tonight on Valley News Live at 6. New for you now at 4, a Grand Forks man is facing federal charges after investigators say he took 2 children, a 6- and a 9-year-old boy, from Minneapolis to Grand Forks with the intent of sexually abusing them. 34-year-old Nicholas Morgan DeRosier faces multiple charges, including receiving and distributing child porn and transporting minors with intent for those children to engage in sexual activity. Investigators say he had more than 6,000 files of child porn. If convicted, he could face up to life in prison. An apartment fire in Foston sent 1 person to the hospital with severe burns. That happened last night. Officials say 2 apartments were completely engulfed in flames. Foston Fire was able to pull 1 person, Robin Swanson, out of one of the apartments. Swanson was transported to the hospital with severe burns. The cause of that fire is under investigation. 4 people are in jail after a big drug bust on the White Earth Reservation earlier this week. The names of those 4 are up on your screen here. Police say they issued a search warrant at a home in the old projects of Pine Point. The search found a large amount of fentanyl and meth. The drugs, more than $10,000, were taken from the home. The 4 were all arrested for drug and firearm crimes, as well as several outstanding warrants. We're expecting new information this evening on a heartbreaking accident in Minnesota overnight involving a child. State Patrol says a 6-year-old girl was standing on a highway near Anamia in east central Minnesota around 11 last night when she was hit by an SUV. Troopers say Unique Bolu died at the scene. The SUV was driven by a 48-year-old woman. Stick with Valley News Live for the latest on this developing story. Authorities are bumping up the reward being offered to find a missing Montana woman with Grand Forks ties. It's now up to $25,000. Caitlin Berry is the daughter of Grand Forks Assistant State's Attorney. She was last seen in Sidney, Montana on December 21st. The Supreme Court has stopped the Biden administration from enforcing a requirement that employees at large businesses be vaccinated or undergo COVID-19 weekly testing. This as Omicron pushes hospitals and schools to the brink in many states. Michael George reports from New York.
President Biden is dealing with a major setback in the fight against COVID-19 after the Supreme Court blocked his sweeping rule requiring workers at large companies to either get vaccinated or get routinely tested.
We're, of course, immensely disappointed by that decision. More work to be done, no question.
In a 6-3 decision, the court's conservative majority wrote that the OSHA rule is, quote, a significant encroachment into the lives and health of a vast number of employees, adding that COVID is, quote, not an occupational hazard in most businesses.
To me, the mandate was a massive overreach by the government.
At the same time, the High Court did uphold a new federal rule requiring vaccinations in many medical settings. The U.S. continues to face record hospitalizations fueled by the Omicron variant.
Just last week, we dropped off 40 cots to 4 different local hospitals because they said they didn't have enough beds.
Here in New York City, Mayor Eric Adams is considering a temporary remote learning option for public school students, many of whom are already staying at home during the pandemic. On Thursday, school attendance numbers in New York City were at 77%, with one school as low as 44%. In Philadelphia, more than 100 schools have switched to virtual learning, with staff sickened or quarantining because of COVID-19.
Since all this stuff is going around, I would rather go to Zoom because I don't want to get sick.
In Chicago, the nation's third largest school district, some parents are now considering transferring their children from public to Catholic schools, frustrated by recent standoffs between the city's teachers union over COVID safety protocols. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And beginning tomorrow, insurance companies will begin reimbursing for the cost of COVID tests. The White House says it already has 380,000 COVID tests ready to be distributed for free to Americans across the country. Grand Forks Public Health says testing for COVID-19 will be open this coming Monday, which is Martin Luther King Day. They say testing is a critical tool to help reduce the spread of the disease. The center, located at 2419 2nd Avenue North in Grand Forks, will be open from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. To pre-register, you can call the number right there on your screen. Looking for something to do this weekend? For the second year in a row, Ice Fest is returning to Thief River Falls. It kicks off tomorrow morning with a trail run at Greenwood Trails. There was also a fat tire bike ride and snowshoeing walk. This weekend at the Ralph Engelstad Arena, you can catch hockey games played by all ages, from peewee to adults. The idea, they say, is to show off everything that makes Thief River Falls unique.
One of our really fun attractions is that we have 18 Norwegian troll statues scattered around Thief River Falls. And so visitors can take a map, they can go and find those trolls, go on a little troll scavenger hunt, take photos by them, and really have a fun time.
Ice Fest runs all day Saturday and Sunday. You can learn more and find a full schedule of events on our website. Just click on this video. It's also the first weekend of Frostival, with events happening all around Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo. On Sunday, you can watch a movie on ice at the skating rink at the Lights. Monday, there's a bouncing bash with inflatable games at the Rustad Center. Frostival runs tomorrow through February 26th with different events every week. To see that full schedule, go to valleynewslive.com. The city of Moorhead has announced a new space you can book for your next event. It's in the historic Armory Event Center downtown. They say each floor includes a stage, seating, and many more amenities. The Transportation Secretary says if we don't get 80,000 new truck drivers soon, you can expect some major delivery delays. We'll tell you what's being done about it. Still to come.
And a look at our system as it's worked its way through at the Dakota Magic Casino. The snow's starting to let up there as well. That is behind us, but now we have cold taking hold. I'll have hour-by-hour details on your weekend planner. Your forecast is next.